Now, let's say you finally want to get yourself a new drone and have always been curious, but are kind of worried about how things will be. What are the regulations? Where can I fly? All those things. But the most important thing is, which drone should I get? And certainly the world leader is going to be the DJI drones. They're the most competitive, easiest to use, and offer the most capabilities at the most competitive price point. Now, unfortunately, as of January 2026, new generation of DJI drones are not going to be available in the US market for the time being. So this video is specifically geared for Canada and the rest of the world. Now we have the new Neo 2 that just launched recently, and it's an excellent starter drone. For under $260, you get a drone that you can control by pretty much just using your hand or even hands-free, as well as your smartphone. But DJI offers so many styles of drones, and if you're a beginner and are looking for something compact yet affordable, I think there's three great options. The first one has to be the Neo 2. The second one has to be the DJI Flip. And the third one, if you want a little bit better video performance and capabilities, is going to be the new Mini 5 Pro. Now, as far as pricing goes, the Neo 2 in Canada starts at $229 USD, and that's just for the drone itself. And you can easily just get the drone, fly it hands-free or with your smartphone. You can also get the combo unit with 3 batteries, the RC controller, and the long-range transceiver unit, which goes for about $399. The DJI Flip with the basic controller and Flip drone is about $420, and the Mini 5 Pro is currently on sale for $769. Now, to organize everything, I think you should be looking at each drone from a good, better, best model. Good being the Neo 2, better being the Flip, and the best being the Mini Pro 5. But which one is right for you? Well, if you're a beginner looking for a great vlogging style drone or something to capture your activities, whether it be running, cycling, or skiing, kind of an action-oriented drone that you don't really care too much about, there's certainly an argument for the Neo 2. Has awesome omnidirectional tracking capabilities with a full omnidirectional obstacle avoidance system, has a decent 4K video, and obviously the cheaper price point. The Flip has better video performance, has a unique flip out design that allows it to be a lot more compact than it actually is. The Mini 5 Pro pretty much rivals the capabilities of other drones from other brands that are at least 3 to even 4 times the price. It has a 1-inch imaging sensor with a 50 megapixel readout for high quality oversampled 4K video at up to 120 frames per second. It also has the greatest dynamic range and the most pro features. So obviously the Mini 5 Pro is designed for an enthusiast or a hobbyist looking to get into a relatively affordable compact drone that offers professional level video quality. Now, as far as the size goes, we'll throw up the dimensions of each of the drones, and obviously the foldable drones will be in its most compact position. And obviously the Neo 2 is the lightest and has the overall smallest volume. It's not as pocket friendly as you would think, but relatively pocket friendly. You can fit it inside your hoodie front pocket. But the Flip is a little bit more larger. Certainly when it's out in its flip out position, it's a quite large drone, but within its compact flipped in position, it is kind of pocket friendly and definitely easier to put inside your backpack and things like that. And the foldable design of the Mini 5 Pro is honestly one of the best form factors for carrying around. It offers obviously the best video performance, but you don't really compromise too much from a portability and mobility standpoint. Now, moving forward, let's talk about the camera specifically. The Neo 2 has a 1/2-inch imaging sensor with 12 megapixel stills capabilities, 4K video at 60 frames per second, and 100 frames per second in slow motion capabilities, also recording in 4K. The maximum bit rate is around 50 megabits per second, and it does a great job of balancing overall quality with efficient storage capacity. Since this doesn't have an SD card slot, you're pretty much limited to the 50 or 49 gigabyte internal storage capacity, which will give you about 2 hours of 4K video recording. Now, the Flip, on the other hand, has a 1/1.3-inch imaging sensor, a little bit larger than the Neo 2. And with that, you get better low light performance as well as higher native resolution on the imaging sensor itself, 48 megapixels, which will give you a better oversample 4K video feed at 60 frames per second. You can also record 100 frames per second in 4K, and the bit rate is about double, 100 megabits per second. It also can record 10-bit color with a D-Log color profile, which will basically get you more flexibility in post-production. So if you want to do some image correction or just get the most color and dynamics out of the camera, it's certainly going to look a lot better than the Neo 2. Now, the Mini 5 Pro has a 1-inch 50 megapixel imaging sensor, and with that 1-inch size, you're going to not only have the ability to get a greater dynamic range as well as much better low light capabilities, but you can even kind of isolate some of your subjects if they're closer in to the drone and kind of blur out the background a little bit, although that's not really what this 1-inch sensor is designed for, which is mostly about image quality. We can record at a much higher bit rate than both the Flip and the Neo, which is going to translate to better overall color dynamics, more flexibility in post, as well as a generally much sharper and clear overall image. Furthermore, the Mini 5 Pro also has a much more capable camera gimbal. It can actually physically rotate the entire camera 90 degrees for full-length vertical videos without having to crop, and you have the ability to rotate the camera gimbal up to 225 degrees, emulating kind of the action FPS shots that we see in many popular TV shows and films, but done in a more consistent and automated way. Furthermore, since the Pro doesn't have any prop guards and uses a lot more powerful motors on the propellers themselves, it's a lot more stable when it comes to windy environments. That becomes a pretty big deal for professional applications on big screens, where you could see kind of judders and micro effects with these smaller style drones that are affected by wind. So the stability and overall consistency of your shots are going to be a lot more professional looking, especially on large screen displays with the Mini 5 Pro. Moving forward, let's talk about safety and tracking capabilities. Now, all three of these drones have the ability to actively track you. Now, with the Neo and Flip, they're kind of designed to track physical humans as well as cycling and relatively slow moving objects. Now with the Mini 5 Pro, it can actually track up to 15 meters per second. That's about 54 kilometers an hour. So you can track kind of fast moving objects such as cars, vehicles, as well as boats. Furthermore, the Neo 2 also has omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, so it has cameras top, bottom, and front, and will actually actively bypass objects that come directly in its path. Funny enough, the Flip does not have that feature. It does have a visual brake, so if it sees something in front of it, it will not crash into it, it'll just stop in place, but it doesn't have the ability to bypass that object. Now, the Mini 5 Pro has the most advanced active tracking capabilities with 360 degrees of obstacle avoidance. And in pretty much every circumstance, if you lock onto a specific object, it has excellent computer vision and will most likely keep in contact with that object, even if something comes in the way, and actively avoid obstacles within its path in a much more high rate of speed compared to the Neo 2. Now moving forward, let's talk about controls. One of the advantages on the Neo 2 is that you can actually control it up to 6 different ways. You can obviously control it with the built-in screen and the buttons for quick shots and follow modes. You can even change all those parameters within the drone itself. You can use your smartphone to do either manual controls or to choose a specific follow mode or quick shot. And you have the ability to connect to the transceiver unit at the back of the drone, where you can get up to 10 kilometers of communication range with a radio controller, as well as use the DJI motion controller and goggles. On top of that, you have voice commands through your smartphone, so you can talk and do different commands. Last but not least, and this is an exclusive feature on the Neo 2, is the gesture controls. So you can hold out your hand, go up and down, left and right, and adjust the drone's tracking performance in real time without having to use your smartphone. Really great and intuitive overall capability that's unique to the Neo. Now the Flip has pretty much all the same control schemes as the Neo 2 minus the gesture controls, and on the Mini 5 Pro it's mostly designed to be controlled with a radio controller. You can't land it on the palm of your hand, you can't launch it off the palm of your hand unless you want to cut off your hand, but it is really designed to be controlled with a RC controller exclusively. Now speaking of RC controller and communication range, that's another advantage on the Mini 5 Pro. The maximum communication range is up to 20 kilometers. With the DJI Flip, you're looking at about 13 kilometers of radio control and 10 kilometers with the transceiver unit on the Neo 2. Both the Flip and the Neo have built-in Wi-Fi, which is good for a few hundred meters of communication range. Now, last but not least, let's talk about the battery life. Now, according to DJI, the Neo 2 will get around 19 minutes of flight time, and the Flip will get around 31 minutes of flight time, and you're looking at about 36 minutes of flight time with the standard battery on the Mini 5 Pro, and with the intelligent extended battery up to 52 minutes. Now, realistically, we actually did a real-world test, and with a static hover in the Neo 2, we got around 15 minutes before it couldn't fly anymore, and with the Flip, it was around 23 minutes. Now, we haven't tested out the Mini 5 Pro yet, but most likely it's definitely not going to get the claimed flight time since DJI likes to juice up those numbers. But generally speaking, you could typically cut the flight time by around 40 to 30% in real world circumstance to keep yourself safe and up in the air. Now, besides that, that's really it. Love to know what you guys think of the Neo 2 versus the Flip versus the Mini 5 Pro. These are three segments that I think offer a pretty unique perspective on the drone market. And if anybody's out there that is looking to get their first drone or upgrade from an older drone and looking for a compact design with excellent video performance, I think all three offer pretty awesome value. But obviously each has their advantage and disadvantage depending upon your specific needs. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank DJI for giving us the opportunity to make this video. And if you haven't done so, please make sure to like and subscribe and have post notifications turned on. Check out the description for everything we've talked about. Take care. Bye-bye.